Usually when I'm trying to come up with new video ideas, I'll browse the kids' books section of charity shops. Mostly because it distracts me from the fact that I kind of ran out of ideas after video 2, but also because it's a nicer experience than looking at the adult book section. Especially on a visual level. An adult fiction section is always full of dull pastel shades, whereas the children's and YA section will usually be filled with brighter, more exciting colours and designs. Look, I have no idea who Cecilia Ahern is or was, but I'm sure as hell not going to read this when I could be reading this. When I'm doing that, it's because I want to analyse kids' books to like a ridiculous depth. Ideally, it would be like if that Russell Troy video had been really unbalanced, because that's probably funny. But a problem with reviewing children's books is that you can only criticise them so far before you have to admit that they just aren't made for you. Unless you are a kid, in which case, something Fortnite. Oh no, I forgot to put in an actual joke there. Because Diary of a Wimpy Kid and the Tracy Beaker expanded cinematic universe might be shit, I don't know. But it's probably not going to make me look smart if I point to every page and say how unengaging the characters were or how absolutely unthought out the magic system was. It's pretty quickly going to get annoying to listen to, and that's part of the reason I've kept these videos short so far. Being dumb about books has got me this far, but I feel like I still have a lot of growing to do when it comes to book criticism and YouTube. I want to be better. With that in mind, Thatcher Dragon Hatcher may be the greatest book to ever exist. I first read it 5 years ago, and what a time. I had a job I didn't care about, and the things I had to look forward to were 2 burritos on a Monday night, and a disorganized game of 4th edition D&D on some Saturdays. You know, 4th edition, the fun edition. Every day I would wake up just before 12, become the sofa for a few hours, head to a cafe, quick existential crisis, then off to work at 5 PM. And in between, I would read the Magic Shop series. So Jezza Thatcher Milk Snatcher is about a kid who finds that one shop from that one other book and buys what turns out to be a dragon egg. Spoilers, sorry. Except that obviously the egg turns out to be cursed and he learns an important lesson about responsibility. Wait, no, it's a dragon. It's a fucking dragon and it's awesome. Seriously, you can be the most cynical person since me, and the scene with actual dragon hatching will still inspire wonderment inside you. For a lot of the book, there isn't much rising tension in the plot, which means that we spend a lot of time just kind of hanging out with the dragon and learning how to take care of it. Isn't that nice? When was the last time a book put on the brakes and just took the time to show you how having a magical pet is awesome? Good times. When I was reading it this time around, I took a break to read Alistair Reynolds' Slow Bullets. It moves along at a fair pace, and it's short enough to explore its ideas before you get bored of them. It starts in the middle of a war zone, and then makes you think, oh, this is just going to take place on the one planet, which is a little disappointing after the location-hopping Chasm City. But then no, hold on a second. They get onto a huge fuck-off spaceship and have to deal with the long-term reality of survival, and fuck yes! This is what Reynolds loves the most, and I'm so absolutely on board. Anyway, back to Hold On To My Spatula, Jeremy Bachelor, and the little dragon Tiamat is causing Harry Potter 2 levels of social awkward when she frightens a cat and ruins an important family dinner with very important guests. These jinx are sky high right now. Just wow. Really? Daft Wee Stories is a revelation in storytelling and manages to hook you into the weird premise usually from the first sentence. What I really like is that so many of the stories focus on explaining a supernatural concept that turns out to be false. It's portraying this weird, limmy mindset that magic is so unattainable in everyday life that... Okay. I think this review is getting out of hand now. There must be something wrong with the format here. Let's go back to basics. Tippy tappy type. Why am I saying this instead of just recording typing sounds? Okay, here's a review of Thatcher Dragon Hatcher as instructed by booktrust.org.uk. Start with a couple of sentences describing what the book is about. Okay, so Beverly Badger Bandersnatcher is set in a USA that is suffering economic meltdown, weird arbitrary ideas of gender roles and consent, and Cartoon Network doesn't even exist yet. Jeremy not only discovers that he has a dragon, but that he's now part of an ancient cult. Sorry. Not cult, society of dragon hatchers, and he is not alone in his struggles. For me, that's one of the most interesting aspects of the book, and it's a minor revelation made towards the end. If he had spent the entire book fooling and evading rival hatchers, and like maybe climaxing in a giant invisible dragon fight, that could have been really cool. You know, somehow an even better greatest book of all time. As is, the dramatic question of the book is, how is he going to take care of a rapidly growing dragon? And then becomes, how is he ever going to be able to let her go? Ayawade on Ayawade is a postmodern reading experience that next thing I have to do is discuss what I particularly liked about the book. Okay, yes, good. Yes, I really liked the librarian Hyacinth Priest. It's hard not to be charmed by someone who takes kids seriously. And she acts as a literary foil to our friend the knobhead teacher, whose knobheadery is so intense that he doesn't want to give Jeremy extra paper to draw with. Now we know that the story exists in a world where not all adults are terrible and mean. The book isn't saying that humiliating your pupils is the correct way to teach, which Colville would know since he used to be a teacher. The book is showing that its shitty character is in the wrong by presenting us with the correct way to teach kids, by being understanding and kind. Yum yum yum, that's some tasty... That's some good, simple writing. I like that Elives the shopkeeper is such a force of absolute chaos, because his existence hints at intriguing depths that unfortunately go unexplored over 5 books and 2 short stories. What makes a man travel the universe teaching magical lessons to kids? That's a question you don't get the answer to. And I like this weird alternate cover. Like, look at this. Who is this boy? He's so disgruntled. What's next? Mention anything you disliked about the book. So The Witches of Fair Hollow High, Invisible: The New Girl by Ariana Chambers is a shit book for wankers that doesn't know how to be dark or charming, and... We've gone full circle now, and I'm being unreasonably mean about a different book that wasn't written with me in mind. I read at least 3 other books while I was trying to get through Jeremy Thatcher Dragon Hatcher. I didn't really like the writing style, and to be honest, the plot needed a little something more to hook me into it. Really what I didn't like about it is that I don't like the book as much as I used to. When I was 21 and bored and really trying to catch up with all of the books my friends read as a kid. So maybe the problem's me. But I also really didn't like that in Charlie Eggleston's Talking Skull, Book 4, Charlie's told that he's going to team up with Jennifer Murdley from Book 3 and have the most amazing crossover kids book adventure to just never exist. It's just completely forgotten about, and we go on Juliet Dove, Queen of Love. Which is a shame. Anyway, round up your review. Jeremy Clarkson, Johann Sebastian Bachmann is a perfectly average book for young people who aren't me. Ultimately, it doesn't explore its themes and world in any great depth, but the letting Tiamat go scene will make you feel genuine emotions no matter who you are. Look at this. Nothing you love is lost. Not really. Things, people, they always go away sooner or later. You can't hold them any more than you can hold the moonlight. But if they've touched you, if they're inside you, then they're still yours. The only things you ever really have are the ones you hold inside your heart. Damn, man, I have something in my eye. I'm not having feelings. Shut up. And that sentiment is to be taken literally when we find out that Jeremy and Tiamat's telepathic link connects them between their worlds. So every year on Halloween, he gets to remember that weird dragon memory from his childhood wasn't a dream after all. It's a nice touch. You can give this book a rating, for example, a mark out of 5 or 10, if you like. I love that this heading is so excited compared to the rest of the article. I give this heading a solid 45 out of 77, because I don't have to do anything you say, Book Trust. Review's over now, and I'm just going to list several alternate titles for the book that didn't make it into the script. Jeremy Thatcher Quilt Patcher. That's fucking goldmine, mate. Jeremy Irons and the Milkman's Dilemma. Are you there, God? It's me, Jeremy Thatcher, and I hatch dragons despite your warnings. So the review's over now.